Nick Jonas is my favorite freaking Jonas Brothers, so when he put out a game, I got the freaking... Well, actually, it was a review copy. But I was excited to check it out, because I do like Nick Jonas. Don't ask me the name of his songs.
Is that Nick Jonas?
Was this the intro? Let's talk. That was terrible.
What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Thoughts in the Corner with my good friends Ronnie and Adam.
Yep.
And we're talking about Linkee, the Yell Out Loud, the Yell Out Link trivia game. This is for 2 to 20 players, ages 12 plus, family friendly, grown up friendly. And in this game, it is really quite simple. All you're going to get is this big old stack of cards right here and a couple decks of paper. And what's really going to simple is one person is going to be the question master. So in this particular game, we're playing at 3 players, they would both have notebooks, which they're writing down, and I would be the question master. And what's going to happen is I am going to read one of these cards right here. It will have the letters L, I, N, K, or E on the back. Read them all one at a time, and we'll just actually do it. So the first clue says the pioneering soul music pianist, often called the genius, was who? Charles. And that would be Ray. This is actually a terrible one. I hate that one. But essentially, you're going to read off 4 trivia questions right here. Everyone is going to try and answer those 4 trivia questions as best as they can on their sheet of paper. So this one says, complete the kid song, blank, shoulders, knees and toes. So everybody would be like, oh, it's head. And then if they thought that they knew the answer, they would say Linkee. But obviously, they probably wouldn't do it. You'll explain why in a second. So then I'd say, all right, moving on to the second question. What is the first name of Michael Jackson's eldest son? You know, maybe nobody else knows that, but maybe else would say, oh, it's Prince. And they're obviously saying that. So they write it down. Because once again, you break up into teams. So you might both have, you be by yourself, and you might have 3 people on your team. And then I'd go to the next one. In the film version of Starsky and Hutch, Ben Stiller played Starsky and Owen played, and Owen who played Hutch. And so oh, it's Wilson. So we have Head, Prince, Wilson, and then someone would be like, oh, those are all tennis racket things, and say Linkee, and they'd say, tennis rackets, and I'd say, oh yeah, it's tennis rackets, and then I wouldn't have to give out the 4th clue, and then they would get the letter K, and if you could spell out Linkee, you win the game. Also, if you have 2 extra letters, because you might get yourself another K, you can then eliminate somebody else's letter, which is nice, or if you have 3 letters that you don't need, they can be any 3 letters you want, because let's just say you already have K's and E's, you turn this in, you get whatever you want. The first team or person to spell out Linkee wins the game. And the question master just is always the question master, and they just keep reading out these questions. That's the basic premise of the game. It's a trivia game with a twist, and with Nick Jonas' face on the box. But let's talk about it first. What'd you think after your initial playthroughs of it?
So, too much pop culture. I had no idea the answers to a lot of the questions. And apparently I cannot link things to save my life because we got one of these correct. And Ronnie was on my team. We got one of these cards.
I did suggest very early on that perhaps we should swap teams. No one bid on it, but yes, that is one thing you need to know. If you are not pop culture savvy, this is not a game for you, potentially. Unless you're with a larger group. I think in a smaller group, it's going to shine a lot more. But I think in a larger group, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. Because you would have your...
We did get the football teams.
Yeah, you got the football teams. You won it. You won it for us.
I don't even watch football. And there's the only one I got.
But what about... So, if you... Did, so
I wish that the cards had more variety. Of, like, different topics. Like, it seemed like there was so much that was like, this actor. Or, this song. Or... I mean, I know it's got the Jonas on the thing, but like, you can't have a science question? Like, geez.
Well, let's look at the target market. I go to Target, I see Nick Jonas on the box, I see it's a trivia question. Am I expecting this Russian-Ugandan leader? Like, I expect, like, Ray Charles and like, Hulk Hogan. But I do get your point. It is a very heavily trivia-based question. I think that's actually a fantastic point you bring up. Because some people love trivia games, but I think this is a different style trivia because it is much more pop culture. I agree with that. It's like when you play, it reminds me a little bit of when you play like Trivial Pursuit from like the 80s and you're like, I don't know any of this crap.
Well, and it felt like the questions thought that they were easy.
Well, for you two, they were not. For Alan and Tyler, they were very easy.
They were killing it.
I feel like the issue we're getting here is, aside from the pop culture, is you have to have balanced teams. I think that's important.
if you're Ronnie and Adam, you don't want to
So,
start.
I mean, my review is this game's not for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how to better say that. Like, I don't want.
And I think that's.
I don't want to say
it's
it's bad. I don't want to say it's good.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
What if the trivia was something
If it
more,
was like
more open-ended?
Trivial Pursuit trivia. Like, I could go with that. If there were categories on the cards or something, that you could know, okay, this is in my wheelhouse or this isn't.
That's not what Nick Jonas wanted, though.
Yeah.
Why don't you stop trying to ruin his game? It's not his game, but Nick Jagger taught him this game. Mick Jagger did. So this is funny.
Mick
So
Jonas.
this game is for neither of you. You were just free and clear not to like this from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I actually love this, and I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below because I got a little bit of heat from another publisher who I reviewed a game with Ronnie, and Ronnie was like, "I don't like this style of game." And he's like, "Why'd you even review it?" I was like, "Because I think it's important. Because if he did like that game, if you were like, I don't like this style of game, but I like this game, that would mean a lot." And maybe I'm just weird on that. So, not a fan, not a fan. You're not a fan because of the topics in general. What do you think about the actual gameplay itself if it had different topics?
I think that it would have been fine.
Okay.
I would have, probably.
Ronnie's going to say something different, though. I love it.
I mean, if it's on, I would say like college-y level stuff, like because then yeah, I probably would like it.
So you're looking for more of a Trivial Pursuit style game? Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a stupid dumb American, and I loved it. I thought it was great. I was really upset that I was the question master because it looked like Tyler and Alan were having so much damn fun.
They were. They were just.
And see, I think it would have been
reveling
such
in
a more even game had it just been we swapped the teams.
I really wish we would have just got like one more card so that we could take away one of their cards.
Drag out the game.
Just spike steal card.
Yeah, I mean, I've given other games like bad reviews, but like I felt like I was the target audience for that game. Where I'm just clearly not the target audience for this one, so it's hard for me to just say it's crap because it's not for me.
So, if you are in that same boat, if things that they're saying resonate with you, then this obviously probably isn't going to be for you. And I think that's valuable to include in a review. Some people might disagree. It's my damn channel, so I'll do whatever the hell I want. But moving on to the pros. Not moving on to the pros. My thoughts on it. I really did enjoy it. Now, granted, I didn't get to play it, but I was the question master, and I still enjoyed playing it as the question master. It was fun watching people try and click it together. It was fun, like, trying to predict which team would go better. Was it as fun as playing the game? No, probably not. I much would have better been in one of your two positions. And that's one of the downsides I have of the game. It does absolutely require a question master, which I feel like, Nick, I'm a little bit disappointed in you. I feel like you probably should have went to Big Potato and said, hey, I'm going to put my face on this. You put your freaking face on it. It's not just recommended by Nick Jonas. You're on every side of this box up like that. Say, hey, I want an app. I want an app that reads every question. Because how many is there? Now, would that work feasibly?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have it in the middle of the table, and when you Linkee, you tap it.
It would replace the cards,
right?
It would replace the cards.
You could definitely
because then you pick it up. You see what the answer is. You know you're wrong. Restart it, set it back down.
This is a very weird problem. But then, if there's an app, why would you buy the box?
That's what I'm saying. Because you would because the back of the letters have letters. Yeah, because that's a double-edged sword. I have seen another game that did that. That said you can play this or you can completely play it on the app.
Because then they would have to sell the app, and then why would you buy both?
Or the only way to get the app is
because otherwise you could just play the game on the app.
Either way, let's get to it. I want to put some love on this game because I actually did enjoy this game. It's got tons of cards. It has a great high player count. If you're looking for the kind of game for a large group gathering, especially with people like pop culture, I think this one absolutely hit. If you're looking at like a company Christmas party, something like that, a function where people are not typically gamers, maybe they're more, and if you're not gamers, I think they're going to be more likely to potentially know these, like if they sit around and watch a lot of TV. Not saying that in a negative way, but pop culture. I think there are definitely some situations where this would go over well. But it says family friendly, but I really don't. It says ages 12 plus. I think that's right. I don't think you're going to be playing with anyone under the age of 12 because I just think they're going to
be old and know stuff.
You got to know stuff, and you have to be able to draw those connections, which you said was difficult, and I agree. Some of them were more difficult than others.
Well, especially if you get one or two of the answers wrong.
If you get
totally
the answers
lost.
wrong, then yeah, that
You're
could be
totally lost.
So, not for you, not for you. I like it, and honestly, I'm going to keep it. Anytime you can say 20 players and Nick Jonas, I'm in. And I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to not be the question master and actually get in the game. I think this one is going to stay in my party game collection, and I could see it getting played from time to time. But if you don't like pop culture, if you don't know much about pop culture, this is probably not going to be for you. And that's been an issue with a lot of games. Because, I mean, there's the exact same group of people I'm sure reviewed Trivial Pursuit once and said, there's all these freaking nerdy college questions. I just want to... So, know the game before you get into it, but you watch this video. So now you probably know if it's going to be for you. So I'd say, mission accomplished. And if Linkee looks like it might be a cup of tea, be sure to check this one out. Also, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. And in the comments below, let me know. Who the hell's the other Jonases? There's other brothers, right? What are their names? I don't know. And I know pop culture.
You're going to say Jonah Hill?
I think you're right. Jonah Hill Jonas.
Bobby?
That's a question. Just let me know.
I'm horrible at pop culture, okay?
I'm good at pop culture. Do you know any of the other Jonas brothers? I don't. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time, YouTube.
Clearly
Jonah?
makes doing
Jonah
things
Jonas?
right.
This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.